Hey gang, this is Christelle from Diabetes Strong. As you might know, I wear a continuous glucose monitor and it's a Dexcom T6. I wear it here on my arm. That is my preferred placement. That's not what it's FDA approved for. It's FDA approved for the stomach. However, this is where I prefer to wear it. So the Dexcom T6 has a 10-day wear time. That means that after the 10 days, I'll usually just take it off and I'll replace it with a new sensor. However, I do know that a lot of people choose to restart their sensor. So Dexcom says you can't do that, but you can. It's not FDA approved either. It's not recommended. You do increase the risk of infections. However, a lot of people do choose to restart their sensor for whatever reason. Maybe they ran out of sensors. Maybe they can't afford a new sensor. This is expensive equipment, right? Or for whatever other reason. I've never tried to restart mine. I do want to try it. So let's do that together. So from what I've been reading up on, there are a few steps to this. First step is to pop out the transmitter. That's a gray part. Pop that out of the sensor. Save that, and then I read everything from 15 to 30 minutes. You wait, and then you pop it back in, and then you simply restart the sensor as if you had put in a new sensor. You can do it two ways. You can either use the original code, your sensor code from when you started that sensor, or you can try without a code. I did not save my sensor code from when I started it 10 days ago, so I'll be trying to do it without a code. Let's try it. So I was reading up on how to get the transmitter out of the sensor because it's stuck in there, right? So the few different ideas I found online was to use a credit card or a plastic card of some sort. I don't really want to use a credit card because, well, I don't want to break my credit card. The other one was to use a test strip. If you have one of these larger, older test strips, you can use that to pry the sensor out of the transmitter out of the sensor. So let me move over. So I'm just going to place my arm on my shoulder, and then I'm supposed to see if you can get the card in. I'm sure this is easier if you actually wear the device on your stomach. I'm going to try and use the camera as a mirror. I'm not being very successful. I did see other people struggle with this, said that this was hard. There you go, got it in. Might be easier up against a mirror. Because there it went flying. Okay, so the credit card method clearly works. Alrighty, so you see the sensor is still there. I have a little bit of a tape around here. I'll wait 15 minutes, I think, then I'll pop it back in. It's been 15 minutes. I set the alarm on my phone. Let's reattach the transmitter. So just like you would pop that one in. Okay, it is now attached. And then I get out my phone. So next thing, it's gonna ask you for code or no code. Given I didn't save my code, I'm gonna choose no code. And then it's gonna take you through all the usual steps. So you're just gonna press next. Now it says no sensor code if I wanna calibrate. I'm gonna go no code again. It's gonna ask me to start sensor. And there we go, now we have the warm up. So in the next 2 hours, I guess I'm gonna know whether or not this trick actually worked. So again, all I did was pop back in the same transmitter, start it as if it was a new sensor, and I just chose no code. If you still have the code from the sensor when you put it in, just type in that, but I'll need to actually calibrate the sensor once it's started. So fingers crossed. What do you know, that worked. So it's been 2 hours and the Dexcom app just came up and told me that it was ready, it was warmed up, ready to calibrate. So it was asking for blood sugar readings. So I just measured my blood sugar. Then the first one is to simply hit the little calibrate, the blood drop up in the corner, enter that blood sugar. So I did that. And then it comes in and tells you, well, it wants another blood sugar reading after 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, I'm gonna enter my second blood sugar reading, and then I should be good to go. But let's see over the next 12, 24 hours how accurate it actually is. But so far, so good. So that didn't work. I calibrated twice and it didn't accept that. So now it's asked me to calibrate again in 15 minutes. I'm gonna try that. Let's see. Somewhat to my surprise, it ended up working. So ultimately, I ended up having to calibrate the sensor 5 times. It kept asking for new calibration and the readings wouldn't stick. But after 5 calibrations, that was over an hour and 15 minutes, it finally stuck and I've been getting readings for the last 12 hours. And as you can see here, it's fairly accurate. So it works. All in all, it's a fairly simple process, right? Once the sensor is expired, you pop out the transmitter, wait 15 minutes or longer. I waited 15, pop it back in, restart the sensor with or without code. If it's without code like I did, just enter calibrations, enter blood sugar readings until it sticks. And there we go. It's up and running again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.